All right, what up, Nerd Squad? Thanks for stopping back in. I got another no bullshit assessment for you today. Guys, I was planning on doing a no BS assessment today for Stillwater, so I went and saw it, and it fucking sucked, so we're not doing that. Today we'll do my no bullshit assessment for Transformers Warfare Cybertron Kingdom, the third part of the series, of the three-part series, obviously. It came out 2 days ago or whatever, so I finally just got through about 6 episodes in this one. If you guys need a refresher, we did some stuff on the first 2 parts of this. Go check that out so you can get caught up and kind of see where we're at. Real quick rundown on it. After the first section of it, hated it. The second part was decent, so I was optimistic going into this third part being Kingdom. Didn't work. In my opinion, my no bullshit assessment on this, guys, is not feeling it. This was difficult because, if you guys know me, you guys have been kind of paying attention and following along with the podcast and the content we've been putting out over the last year. I'm a huge Transformers fan, and I was damn excited for War for Cybertron. I think this is something that the diehard Transformers fans have been waiting for a long time. And going into this, I think everybody was really optimistic about what it was going to be. And I will be fully honest, this fell completely flat for me. This was really difficult. This was difficult to not like because I wanted to like it. So I tried really hard just to flat out like it, and I just didn't. The third part of this series, Kingdom, obviously, now they have come to Earth. They're still in search of the Allspark. We get linked up now with some new characters, Optimus Primal, and, I'm trying to think who else, Dinobot, and obviously, so the future version of Megatron, the T-Rex, and then the future version of Optimus Prime, which is Optimus Primal. They have all time traveled. Everybody's time traveled to meet at this point in time, I guess, to search for the Allspark. Kind of just a lot going on with not a whole lot going on, in my opinion. This, I don't know. This was tough. This, to me, was back to kind of the first part of the 3-part series where it was just a lot of talking. It was talking and talking and talking. And, I don't hate that about stuff when the story's good. I don't feel like this story was good. I feel like the writing was bad. It was everybody getting overexcited about stuff and just making, real boastful statements and we need to do this. And, no shit. Like, onward. Get on with the mission. So it lost me kind of right there. There was not much action. We were back to seeing tons and tons and tons of transformations off screen. So all you did was hear it, which was my biggest complaint from the first part of this, was that there was very little actual transformation on screen. It was cut scene to something different, and then you just hear, as whoever transformed and takes off. So there's a couple parts where you get to see a few of them transform, but I mean, that's the point of this shit. These are Transformers. I want to see the transformation. So that fell completely flat for me again, as far as that went. Just like I said, way too much talking and just not getting anywhere. Like, go out there and kick some ass and get the job done, Prime. Like, stop crying over everything. It was really annoying, to be honest with you. This kind of got to the point, to be honest with you, where this to me felt like it was way more of like a spiritual journey. Like Prime was on some kind of spiritual quest and stuff. And there was a lot of parts within this that were just, I don't know. It was out there for me as far as Transformers goes. This was really touchy-feely, though. Like, super emotionally based, I felt like. I felt like there was way too much of that going on versus just getting stuff done, which to me is what Transformers is. Just go out there and kick some ass. And this wasn't it. This was very long, drawn-out sections of just dialogue. And it's the same dialogue we've heard from before, and I just didn't like it. As part of this spiritual journey, something that was really strange on here was, as they started getting close to where the Allspark's location was, they end up in this like digital, weird, holographic forest or whatever, and like they all start hallucinating, and it's just kind of like, to me, it just doesn't resonate with anything. Like, they're robots. I don't really understand, I guess, how this is happening. And it goes beyond just all of them having these really strange hallucinations, to the point of, after Dinobot gets killed, his ghost comes back and kind of then is somewhat of like a spiritual leader on this quest. I don't know. This was fucking weird. I don't know. I'm bummed. I don't get it. maybe, and here's the thing, full disclosure, maybe, some of the continuity from the old stuff back in the day, maybe I didn't hang on to Transformers long enough as a kid to get into the Dinobots and, God, I can't even, I'm so just kind of over them. I can't remember what they're called, the Predacons and whatever. I don't know. Maybe I didn't follow the story enough, and maybe I'm in the wrong here. And if that's the case, let me know, guys, because obviously I would like to know that, I should have done more homework going into this to maybe resonate with these characters more. But it just was weird. And then it just comes to this culminating event, and it's like everybody keeps switching sides and who they're working for, and they just keep changing their minds. And it was really hard to keep track of who was doing what and what was going on. And, at first it's Prime against Megatron, and then you have the futuristic Megatron and the futuristic Optimus Prime, and then you get Galvatron, and then Nemesis Prime shows up. I will say this, the very last episode 6 was really cool. That's when kind of everything came together, and Nemesis Prime was in it, and he was cool. I really liked that. I thought that was cool, and I think it could have been really cool with more action and more stuff like that instead of just talking and crying and whatever. So, but that's in there. So we have all these versions of these people, and then they all decide, like, well, maybe we should go after Unicron instead. And it's just like, for fuck's sake, man. Like, can we just go in a direction? Can we go down the road and just get to where we're going with this thing? So, too drawn out, bad story, bad writing. I don't know. I didn't like it. And then there's one thing, like, Megatron's doing this whole journey off of, like, I don't know, this golden disc that he has that, I mean, it's almost like his, Megatron's greatest hits just went gold or some shit. I don't know. Now, I will say this, though. I do know that is a reference to NASA, and a big shout out, goes to them putting this in. And I know it's been in some of the older Transformers stuff for a long time. It's a big deal. The golden disc is a big deal. It is something in history. They did send, I think, 2 golden discs up with Voyager 1 and 2 back, in the 70s or whatever. So it very much is a very important piece of space history for us. So I understand it being linked in this, to Transformers' own extent as far as space travel and stuff like that goes. I get it. I do. I appreciate it. But it just is like, we're after the Allspark. We're after the golden disc. We're after the the Matrix thing, the leadership of Matrix and all this stuff. And like, there was just so much going on that it just seemed like there was too much going on, but too little action to even get any of it done. It was just talking and talking and talking. So it just made it really hard for me to latch onto. I found myself getting up and walking away from the episodes to do things around the house and not pausing it to come back. And it just, and even when I came back, it was like, I wasn't that lost, because even if you just sit there and watch it, there's so many different twists and turns and, what they have going on, that it didn't make a lot of sense to me kind of just anyway, guys. So I'm disappointed with it. I really am. I'm bummed. I thought we had a really good opportunity to get something really cool out of this, and I think it just didn't even come close to meeting that mark. So obviously, as you've been listening on for the last 8 minutes or so, guys, my no bullshit assessment on this is it's disappointing. I would say watch it if you've already watched the first 2 parts and just round this thing out for you and get it kind of done with. They kind of leave it at the end like we might see something else in the future. I think maybe that will depend on ratings and stuff. I don't know. But this was disappointing. I feel like a lot of the criticisms I had from the first 2 parts of this stayed true in the third, and I'm bummed that it didn't get better. So yeah, I don't know, guys. That's what I got for you. I didn't like it. Let me know what you think, though. I'm really interested to see what some of the diehard Transformers fans out there thought. If you did like it, and if I'm totally missing the mark on this because I just don't know my Transformers well enough, let me know. And then I'll go back and do some research and really get back into it, and then maybe watch it again with, a different lens to see if I can latch onto this thing. But hit me up on Instagram, Sector 7 Podcast. As always, guys, make sure you tell your friends, like, subscribe, do all that stuff. Help me push this channel forward and into the future. I appreciate all of you that tune in and check out the stuff and leave me comments and stuff. I appreciate you guys. So keep coming back. I'll be putting stuff out, hopefully weekly if I can. More so than that would be optimal if I can get around to it. But yeah, guys, same as always. Thanks for tuning in. Stay safe, be good to each other, and we'll see you in the next one. See you.